if a beaker containing 24.12 moles of potassium permanganate were reacted with excess ammonium nitrate, how many grams of ammonium permanganate would be produced? The first thing I see in this problem is that we have a reaction, and I want to make sure that I check to see that that is actually a balanced reaction. I have one potassium, I have one manganese, I have one manganese, I have two nitrogens, I have two nitrogens, and finally I have four hydrogens, 7 oxygens, and 7 oxygens. This is already balanced. Again, as we were doing with balancing them before in previous problems, having a little note or something off to the side saying that this is balanced so that you don't catch yourself spending extra time checking rebalancing just because there's no marks can sometimes be useful. Okay, so we start with the problem. We have 24.12 moles of the potassium permanganate, and it's reacted with excess ammonium nitrate. The excess simply means that that chemical doesn't make any significant differences in limiting the reaction. So all that's going to limit it is the potassium permanganate that we started with. So from that, how many grams of ammonium permanganate would be produced? Well, since we're in moles, we have our wheel of moles, and we can jump to grams of some chemical, we can go to atoms or molecules, we can go to moles of a different chemical. In this particular case, the question tells us something about one chemical, but it asks about some other chemical. So that step of switching chemicals is what we need to do next. So since everything has a 1-to-1 coefficient, 1 mole of potassium permanganate would give me 1 mole of ammonium permanganate. So my potassium permanganates have canceled out, but I don't want moles of the ammonium permanganate, I want grams. So I need to convert from moles of the ammonium permanganate into grams of the ammonium permanganate. Whenever we switch from moles to grams, we're going to be using the periodic table. So I have 1 nitrogen, 4 hydrogens, 1 manganese, and 4 oxygens. Now, if we go to our periodic table, we see that nitrogen has a weight of 14, hydrogen has a weight of 1, manganese, we could round that to 55, and oxygen has a weight of 16. So 14, 1, 55, and 16. And if we add that all up, 1 times 14 plus 4 times 1 plus 1 times 55 plus 4 times 16 gives me a weight of 137 grams per mole. So this is grams, So it goes with the grams unit, and 1 mole is what it's equal to. Our units of moles of ammonium permanganate cancel out. We're in the units that the question asked for, so we drop in an equal sign and we do the math. 24.12 times 137 gives me 3,304.44 grams of ammonium permanganate. But since we only start off with 4 significant figures, we need to round this to just 3,304 grams of ammonium permanganate, which would be our final answer.